mat. Taking a couple of deep breaths here. I know here in Melbourne at the moment, a lot of us are looking forward to a lot of announcements and that kind of thing that might be happening. So I wanted to encourage you tonight, as we come into our practice, to be present here and now, rather than looking back to the past or looking forward to what might be going to go on later this weekend or early next week. Taking a few breaths in here, breathing in all the way into the chest, belly, hold for a second, and then release. Hold, then breathe in again. Hold, and release all the way out. Hold, and then inhale. Hold, and release. Hold, inhale. Hold, and release. Hold, inhale. Hold, release. Hold, inhale. Hold, and release. Taking a few more like that, just with that little pause in between. Creating that pause in between the inhale and the exhale can help you become more present with your breath. Taking just one or two more breaths here. As you inhale, bring everything up nice and tall. So bring the spine up tall. Bring a natural curve to your spine. And then exhale. From here, bring a slight tuck in of the chin. Squeeze the shoulder blades back. A slight tuck of the chin, just to start to open across the chest. And then exhale, slowly release. Come back to neutral. Let's go two more here. And out. As you inhale, draw the shoulder blades back, tuck the chin. And release. A little bit of shoulder work there. Inhale, arms lift all the way up overhead. And then exhale, bring the hands to the heart center. Holding here, give the shoulders a little bit of a roll over. And then from here, inhale, lift the arms up. So they're kind of cactus arms. If you've got any shoulder issues, you may choose to just keep the hands down on the lap. Otherwise, bring the hands up, and we're going to come into these kind of fists with the thumbs facing up. We're going to come into our Kapalabhati, or skull shining breath. It's great purifying breath, and I thought with everything going on, it'd be great to get rid of some of that negativity and politics and that kind of thing that's been flying around here at the moment. So holding the arms up, really draw the shoulder blades down the back. Inhale and exhale. We're going to come into our Kapalabhati. So if you know what it is, you can come straight in. Otherwise, maybe watching me. Inhale and sharp little exhales out, and just breathe in again on the rebound. So you're breathing in, contract the abs. Taking those sharp little breaths out. 3, 2, and 1. Slowly release the hands down. Give the shoulders a big roll over. Perfectly normal for that to start to dislodge a few things. If you found that has dislodged anything for you, take a moment to take care of that if you need. And take a few rounds of nice, even breath. Maybe letting it all go. I'm going to take 3 more rounds of breath here, and we're going to come into 1 more round of that Kapalabhati. Slowly bring the arms back up if that's accessible for you. Shoulders come down the back. Inhale, deep breath in, and come into that short, sharp breath again. Three, 2, 1. Slowly release the arms. Give the shoulders a big roll over. Come back to a neutral breath again. We're going to take 1 more round of Kapalabhati here. Inhale, once again, lift the arms up if you're going there with the arms. Slowly start to release the arms down. Give the shoulders 1 more roll over. Maybe a yawn if that feels good. Then inhale, arms lift up overhead. And then exhale, slowly coming off your block if you're sitting on one or anything else you might be sitting on. Popping that block or whatever, any supports out of the way. And coming to all fours. We'll come into a cat-cow to start off with. So inhale, look up, dip the belly. And then exhale, rounding through the spine. Inhale, looking up. And then exhale, rounding through. Let's take 2 more like that in your own time. And exhale. Beautiful. 1 more inhale. And exhale. Inhale, lifting back up. Coming back to a neutral spine here. Really draw the belly into the spine. Keep it nice and neutral here. Inhale, push the right foot back along on the mat. Beautiful. Holding here. Beautiful. Maybe stretching into that calf can be quite nice, particularly if you've been walking around today or anything like that, or even if you've just been sitting. Beautiful. Bring it back to center. Inhale, lift up the right arm, or left arm, sorry, and the right leg. So opposite arm and leg. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale to lift. Exhale, knee to elbow, lock in the belly. Inhale, knee, lifts, and exhale, knee to elbow. Lift, beautiful. Exhale, knee to elbow. Let's go 2 more. In and out. Starting to work a little bit through the body here. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, bring the hands and the knee down to the mat again. Taking just a little shoulder roll if that feels good. Beautiful. Maybe a couple of hip circles as well if that feels good. Let's go onto the left-hand side. So push that left leg all the way back long on the mat. Give that calf a little bit of a stretch if that feels good. Beautiful. Taking 1 more breath in here. Zip in through the belly. And then from here, inhale, lift the right arm, opposite leg lifts off the floor, lock the belly in, work those under butt muscles. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale to lift. So that big toe rotates inward to activate those under butt muscles. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale to lift. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale to lift. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale to lift. 1 more. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale to lift. And then exhale, lower back down to the mat. Make sure the hips are level here. I'm going to start talking today a lot about activating those little muscles under your butt. If you're wondering what I'm talking about these muscles just sit here in under the glutes, and not the main glute muscles here, but the little ones underneath that sit in that, just in that crease line of your butt. A whole lot of muscles in there that really help to stabilize your hips. So it's not the main belly of the hamstring muscle, but just those little ones down in your underbutt that come down into your groin as well. From here, tucking the toes, pushing back up to our first down dog. Awesome. Rotate the elbows, the bones of the elbows back around to the back of the room. Bring a slight micro bend into the elbows. And bring the shoulders down the back, away from the ears. Taking 2 more breaths here. 1 more. And then from here, bend the left knee, drop the right heel down towards the mat. So you'll get a bit of rotation through the hips here. Slightly different to the usual walk out that we take. Taking 1 more breath in here. And then changing sides. So bend the right knee, stretch the left heel down towards the floor. So the hips will rotate slightly here. Taking 1 more breath in here. Coming back to center. Awesome. Taking 1 more breath again. From here, inhale, lift up to tiptoes. Slowly walk the feet forward to meet the hands. Taking all the time that you need and grasping opposite elbows. From here, you'll feel a nice stretch into those under butt muscles. Bending through the knees, let the chest and belly fall down onto the thighs. So if you're not making contact between your chest and belly and the thighs, bend the knees a little bit more. And you'll find this really supports your lower back and allows you to get a bit of traction through the neck and the shoulders, which is really great, particularly with a lot of us sitting a lot at desks and that kind of thing at the moment. Take 1 more deep breath in here, maybe sway from side to side. Maybe nod your head, if that feels good. 1 more breath. And then exhale, release the hands down to the mat. And then inhale, slowly rolling all the way up to stand. 1 vertebrae at a time. And take a big roll of the shoulders. Awesome. Coming into our Tadasana or mountain pose. Awesome. From here, tuck the tailbone under slightly and try and activate just into those little under butt muscles again. Awesome. Inhale, arms lifting all the way up. And then exhale, hands through heart center. Let's go. Inhale to lift up. Hands meet over the head like so. Body in one nice long line. Plant the feet down and then exhale. Bring the hands over to the right hand side, stretching through the left hand side of the body. Beautiful. Taking one more breath in here. Keep the gaze looking forward. Inhale, lift up to center. And then exhale, shoulders, blades come down away from the ears. Exhale over to the left. Keep the weight evenly spread between your 2 feet. Beautiful. Inhale, lifting all the way up. Draw the pelvic floor up. Engage everything. Tuck the tailbone. Exhale, bring the hands down. Maybe bring them to the hips. Maybe squeeze the elbows back. Inhale, lift the chest. And then exhale, dropping into a little baby back bend here. Only going as far as you feel comfortable. So getting an opening through the chest. Bring that slight tuck of the chin in to protect through the neck, rather than just letting the head drop back. Keep it supported. One more breath in here. Really engage through the pelvic floor. Engage through the lower abs. Inhale, lifting all the way up to neutral. Inhale, arms lift up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. So inhale, arms lifting all the way up. Exhale to fold. Beautiful. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Plant the hands. We step the right foot back, lower down to the knee, and then inhale, lift up to that low lunge. From here, really activate through those lower under butt muscles just to encourage some activity and stability through the hips. One more breath in here. Exhale, hands release down to the mat. Tuck the back toes and stepping it all the way back to down dog. Beautiful. Keep the core engaged here. Inhale, roll the body forward like a wave and lower to the knees if you like. Beautiful. Option, roll the shoulder blades forward. Exhale, lower all the way to the mat. Inhale to cobra. Exhale to lower. Bring the hands out to the top corners of your mat. And then inhale, lift up to this striking cobra and engage the butt muscles. The glutes and those little under butt muscles are really great for maintaining stability through your hips in some of our standing poses. One more breath in here. Exhale to lower. Bring the hands back towards the lower ribs. Inhale, push back up to cobra. Exhale to lower. Tuck the toes, pushing all the way back up. High plank. Back to down dog. Awesome. Taking one more breath in here. And out. Inhale, lift up to tiptoes. Keep the hips nice and high. Step the right foot through to the thumb. And then inhale, lift up to an arrowhead pose, similar to what we did last week. Nice and straight through that back leg. And then from here, we're going to lift all the way up into crescent lunge. Take a slight bend in that back knee. Activate through those under butt muscles and your glutes in both legs. Both hips. One more breath in. Exhale, hands release down to the mat. And then inhale, step through and fold. Inhale, rising all the way up. Engage the butt as you come up, hands to heart. Inhale, arms rise up. Exhale to fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale to fold, plant the hands. Step the left leg back, left knee lowers. Inhale, lifting. Beautiful. Engage those butt muscles on both sides. One breath. Exhale, hands release down to the mat. Tuck toes and stepping back, down dog. Awesome. Inhale, roll the body forward, high plank. Set it in and drop the knees down if you like. Roll forward through the shoulders. Exhale, lower all the way to the mat. Inhale to cobra, nice and light through the hands. Engage the lats, engage those serratus down the back of the ribs and lower. Beautiful. Hands come out to the front corners of your mat. And then from here, pushing into those front corners, roll the shoulders back, engage the glutes. Obviously avoiding any issues with the lower back. If this does cause issues with your lower back, come back down. One more breath in. Exhale, release all the way down. Hands come back by the lower ribs. Beautiful. Inhale, push up to cobra. Once again, engage everything. Pull the shoulders down the back. Exhale to lower. Tuck toes and pushing all the way back up. Down dog. Awesome. 2 more breaths in here. Rotate the elbows around to the back of the room. Inhale, lift to tiptoes, stepping the left foot through. Awesome. Activate the muscles in the hips. Lift up, arrowhead. Beautiful. Engage both glutes here. Bend into that back knee. Lift the arms, lift the body. Crescent. Take 1 more breath in here. Engage both glutes. Exhale, hands release down to the mat. Inhale to step through. Half lift and fold. Inhale, lifting all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Taking 2 breaths here. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Plant the hands. Stepping the right foot back, right knee lowers. Inhale. And exhale. Hands release down. Tuck the toes. Stepping it back, down dog. Option to hold here in your down dog if this ever gets too much. Roll the body forward to a high plank. Engage the butt. Option to lower the knees down to the floor. Roll forward. Exhale to low plank. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Any back issues, stick with cobra. Exhale, back through to down dog with control. Rolling over the toes as you come back up. Inhale, lift to tiptoes. Bring the right knee in towards the chest. Hover for a millisecond, lift the hips high and step it through. Inhale, lift to arrowhead. Engage the glutes. Inhale, lift up, crescent. Let's flow here slightly. Exhale, roll the body forward to arrowhead. Straighten that back leg. Inhale, lift. Beautiful. Exhale to arrowhead. Inhale to lift, working those glutes. Exhale, hands release down to the floor. Inhale to step through. Fold on the exhale. Inhale, rising all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Taking 2 breaths here. Inhale, arms rising up. Exhale, folding. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Plant the hands and stepping left leg back. Left knee lowers. Inhale, lift. Work those glutes again. Exhale, hands release down to the mat. Tuck the toes and stepping back, down dog. Holding it here. Option to roll the body all the way forward, high plank. Option to lower to the knees. Wherever you're going, engage the glutes. Roll forward, exhale, low plank. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, back through to down dog. Awesome, taking one more breath in here. Inhale, lift to tiptoes. Bringing that left knee forward and step it through. Engage the glutes, set your foundation. Inhale, lift up, arrowhead. Inhale, lift to crescent, bring a bend into that back knee. Exhale, flow forward. Inhale to lift. Exhale to fold, arrowhead. Inhale to lift. Exhale, hands come down to the mat. Inhale, step forward. Half lift and fold. Inhale to rise. Hands to heart center. Taking 2 breaths here. Inhale, arms to rise. Exhale, folding. Inhale, half lift. Exhale to fold. Plant the hands. Stepping the right leg back. Beautiful. Hold it here. Engage the glutes. Beautiful. Inhale to arrowhead. Exhale. Hands release down. Stepping back. Down dog. Mixing it up here. Inhale. Roll the body forward. High to low. Use the knees if you need. Inhale. And exhale. Awesome. Inhale, lift to tiptoes. Step the right foot through. Inhale, lift, arrowhead. Set your foundation, work the glutes. Inhale, lift. Exhale to arrowhead. Inhale, lift. Beautiful. Exhale, open out, warrior 2. Just to mix it up. Inhale, flip and reverse. Exhale, bringing it back to center. Keep the legs bent, engage the glutes. Inhale, roll forward. Exhale, side angle. Beautiful. Inhale, rise, flip, reverse. Exhale, windmill all the way around to the mat. Awesome, and stepping it forward. Half lift and fold. Inhale to rise. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, half lift. Exhale to fold. Plant the hands and stepping back, left leg. Beautiful. Inhale, lift to arrowhead. Exhale, release. Plant the hands, step it back. Inhale, roll the body forward. High to low. Use the knees if you need. Inhale and exhale. Awesome. One more breath in here. Inhale, lift to tiptoes, stepping left foot through, hips stay high, nice and controlled. Inhale, lift to arrowhead. Inhale, lift. Engage those little under butt muscles. Exhale to arrowhead. Inhale, lift. Exhale, arrowhead. Inhale, lift. And exhale, hands release. Inhale, step forward. And actually, let's step that right foot back. Completely forgot. Drop that right heel down. Lifting up, open out, warrior two. Left leg forward. Better even it out here. Inhale, flip and reverse. Exhale, bring it back to center. Reach forward. Exhale, side angle. Taking 2 breaths here. Inhale, rise, flip, reverse. Exhale, windmill all the way around to the mat. Awesome, and stepping it forward. Half lift and fold. Inhale to lift. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's mix it up again this time. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, folding. Inhale, half lift. Exhale to fold. Plant the hands. Stepping straight back to high plank here. Option to lower to the knees. Otherwise, roll the body forward. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, bring the chest forward, up dog or cobra. Exhale, back through to down dog, nice and controlled. Awesome, one more breath in here. Tilt the hips to the sky. Inhale, lift to tiptoes, stepping right foot forward. Beautiful. From here, set your foundation with your hips and your feet. Beautiful. From here, inhale, lift up to arrowhead. Awesome. Inhale, lift the arms up to the sky. Crescent. Drop the back heel down to the floor. Step the feet wide. You're in a nice wide stance for warrior one. Beautiful. Engage through the glutes. Hands come down. Inhale. Inhale, open through the chest. And exhale, slowly fold over that front leg for humble warrior. Beautiful. One more breath in here. Inhale, lift all the way up around to warrior two. Adjust the feet if you need. So they can come a little bit narrower here maybe. Beautiful. From here, inhale, flip the front palm, reverse the warrior. Awesome. Exhale, bring the hands back down behind the body, open through the chest, and then exhale, coming into that side angle pose, but with the hands bound behind your back. So this is probably going to feel a little weird. Beautiful. Taking 1 or 2 more breaths here. One more. Beautiful. And if you feel comfortable here, option only, you can slowly bring the weight into that front foot, maybe a little hop forward. We're going to come into a bound half moon. Awesome. Engage through the glutes. One more breath in. Beautiful. And then exhale, release the hands if you've got them bound. Bring the hands down to the floor. Rotate the hips around and then step it down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise. Hands to heart. How did you guys go with that? Not too crazy, I hope. Inhale, arms rise up. So don't take this too seriously. Exhale, hands to heart. I'm going to do the other side. Inhale, arms to rise. Exhale, folding. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. So stepping back, left leg, and then the right. Awesome. Lower it down. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, back through to down dog with control. Beautiful. Set your foundation. Tip the hips high. Awesome. Inhale. Roll the body all the way forward. Exhale to low plank. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, back through to down dog. Inhale, lift to tip toes. Bringing the left knee forward, step it through. Inhale, lift to arrowhead. Beautiful. And then inhale, lift to crescent. Drop the back heel down, adjust the feet if you need. Bring it into a nice wide warrior one. So the feet are almost mat width apart to allow the hips to face forward. Exhale, release the hands down, open through the chest and fold forward. Awesome, taking one or two more breaths here. Keep the hips in line with one another. Temptation is to let them swing out to the left. Bring them back in line. Engage the glutes. Two more breaths. Inhale, slowly coming all the way up around to warrior two. Bring the hips into line. Inhale, flip and reverse. Exhale, coming back to center. Clasp the hands behind the body and then tilt the body into that side angle pose with the hands bound, just to get a little bit funky. Beautiful. Let's take two more breaths here. And out. Taking one more breath in here. If you're going there, so option to stay here or come into your normal side angle, or if you're going there, lift that back leg up, coming into our bound half moon. Funky for today. This is our funky pose for the day. One more breath in here. Wobbles welcome. Release the bind of the hands, bring them down to the mat. Beautiful, and step that right foot down, slow and controlled. Inhale, half lift and fold. Inhale, rising all the way up, hands to heart center. Beautiful, let's take 3 breaths here. Inhale, arms to rise. Exhale, swan diving all the way forward. Let's go one more round. Inhale, half lift. Fold on the exhale, plant the hands and stepping back. Beautiful, high to low. Inhale and exhale. Awesome, inhale, lift to tiptoes, stepping right foot forward. Inhale, lift to arrowhead. Inhale to crescent. Exhale, warrior one, adjust the feet if you need. Exhale, hands release. And exhale, humble. Awesome. Inhale, shoulders lift up, rotate around, warrior two. Set your stance, engage the glutes. On both sides, engage the groin. Flip the palm, reverse the warrior. Exhale, come back to center, release the hand down behind, open the chest. Exhale, funky side angle. Beautiful, 1 or 2 more breaths here. Your option to come into side angle, or alternatively, if you want to go funky again tonight, bring the weight into that front foot, work that front leg, lift it up, bound half moon. Really lift that back leg as high as you can. Push the foot into the back wall. One more breath. Release the hands, release the bind down towards the mat. Rotate the hips slow and controlled. Bring the foot down to the floor. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rising all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. One more side here. Inhale, arms rising all the way up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Plant the hands, step back, high to low. Option to use the knees there if you need. Exhale, back through to down dog. Beautiful. Inhale, lift to tiptoes. Exhale, bring the left knee to the chest, stepping it through. Nice wide stance here. Inhale, lift to arrowhead. Hold. Inhale, lift to crescent. Engage those under butt muscles. Exhale, drop that back heel down. Adjust the stance wider if you need. Exhale, hands release down. Open the chest. Exhale, humble. Keep the hips in line. Beautiful. One more breath in here. Inhale, lift, windmill around, warrior two. Inhale, flip and reverse. Exhale, back to center. Hands clasp. And fold. Funky side angle. Draw the hands down towards the floor. Option to stay here, come into your side angle, or let's go for our funky half moon. Beautiful. Hop that back foot up. Weight comes into the front foot. Lift that back foot. Engage through the glutes on both sides. Push that back foot out towards the back wall. Engage your pelvic floor. Engage your core. Engage your abs. One more breath in here. Beautiful. Slowly release the hands. Come down to the floor. Control the hips. Step it down. Inhale, halfway lift and fold. Inhale, rising all the way up. Hands to heart center. Taking 3 breaths here. You may be wondering what my deal is tonight with hips. So the hip joint, while you catch your breath, the hip joint is kind of like a ball and socket joint. So you've got your socket, and then you've got a ball which slots into the socket like this. And the hip joint can sort of move around a little bit like so in that sort of socket. So what we want to do, keep it nice and controlled by activating all these muscles in our glutes, our hips, and all in this under butt sort of area and into our groin. Helps keep our hips nice and stable, and also helps prevent any lower back pain, because it can keep all of our hips stable and aligned. So if we find our hips start to tilt out towards the back like a duck butt, or they start to tilt forward, something like this, you can start to get some lower back pain. So if we keep all these nice and stable and strong, it can actually help to support our spine and our lower back, because it's basically what our whole body sits on, these hips. Inhale, arms to rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. One more breath in here. Inhale, release the hands and bring that left leg up. We're going to grasp the big toe side of the foot, so the inside of the foot. And what we're going to do when I move away from the wall slightly, grasping the inside edge of that left foot, lift up through the right arm. Option to stay here if this is enough. Otherwise, kick into that left hand, left foot. Beautiful, so opposing forces. So draw the shoulder blades back together, keep the chest facing forward. Beautiful, option to stay here or in some previous variation. And then if you want more, you can follow with me. Slowly start to tilt the body forward, maybe open it out to the side, maybe reach for a cushion or a block, open out to a side for the sugar cane pose. I can't even talk here. Beautiful, one more breath in. And slowly starting to rise back up if you come down. And release. Crazy. Inhale, arms rising all the way up. Hands to heart center. One more breath in. And out. Inhale, arms lift all the way up. Right hand releases down towards the floor. Keep the left hand up if you like, otherwise bring it to the hip if you like. Grasping hold of that right foot. Bring the hand to the inside edge, to the big toe side. So you can even interlace the thumb in between the big toe and the second toe. Left hand lifts up. Option to stay here if this is enough. Or slowly kick into that right hand. Oh, awesome. Hold here if this is enough for you. Squeeze the shoulder blades back, keep the chest facing forward. Option if you want more, slowly open out to the side and bring that left hand down to the floor or some other support, water bottle, block, whatever you have. Engage the core here, open the hips to the side, work those butt muscles. Awesome. Inhale, slowly lift up and release, maybe with a bit more control than me. Open out into our Tadasana or mountain pose. If you're anything like me, your ankles and your calves and your foot muscles are probably cramping a bit right now. Tuck the tailbone under, engage the belly, engage the pelvic floor, lift it up. Tuck the tailbone, engage those little under butt muscles. Feel the spine just lengthen. Beautiful. One more breath in here. Drop the shoulders down. Inhale, arms rising all the way up. Step the feet out hip width or mat width apart actually. Draw the toes out to the side and sink the hips all the way down. Coming into our yogi squat. Option to grab a block or cushion or some other support if you like and pop it under the hips. Some days you just need a little extra support. Bring the elbows to the inside of the knees and push the knees out to the outside. Letting the heart rate start to settle a bit here. Keep the spine nice and neutral here. One more breath. And then inhale, slowly start to release. Beautiful. Maybe walk the hands back, coming to a comfortable seat, nice and gently. Beautiful. And release it down. Beautiful. Grabbing your cushion, bolster, rolled up towel, whatever you have, and bring that just in behind your hips. Beautiful. So to start off with, we're just going to bring it in behind the hips like so. Option to bring the soles of the feet to touch, knees out wide, and just lie down over the mat. If this is a bit too much to have the knees out wide, your option is just to bring the feet to the floor like so, or even just to have the legs outstretched. So taking whichever option works better for you, and then opening the shoulders out to the side. Moving into a little bit of slower movement now. We'll release a little bit through the hips and continue to open through the chest and shoulders. Taking whatever leg variation works best for you. As I was saying before, we worked a lot through the hips, working into that hip stability today. So I want to now stretch out a bit and open that out while allowing the body to rest a little bit here. So we slowly start to slide into the weekend. It's really important to keep all these hips nice and stable. Keep the muscles around the hip joint nice and active and strong. Letting the breath start to deepen here, taking a couple of really deep breaths. And then from here, slowly starting to bring everything back up to center. Bring the knees back up. Beautiful. Bring the feet onto the floor. And then however you get there, slowly starting to come up to a seat. So keeping the bolster where it is, you might want to bring the knees, the legs, the feet nice and wide. And maybe just wrap the arms around the shins and take a little bit of a forward fold as a counter pose. So if you're anything like a lot of us, bring the legs nice and wide, allow a little bit of a space for the belly and chest to actually come through the knees if that's accessible. Let's face it, how many of us have completely flat stomachs when we fold forward? And then slowly starting to lift back up, straightening through the spine. Keep that bolster, block, rolled up towel, rolled up blanket, whatever you've got there. And from here, bring the knees over to one side. I don't mind which side, we're going to come into the other side later. Bring the knees over to one side, maybe shuffle the hips around slightly so you're sort of sitting on the side, like so. Grab that bolster, block, whatever you've, or should I say rolled up towel, cushion, pillow, and then slowly start to bring your elbows, so turn the body around towards the back of your mat, whichever way that is for you, and slowly bring one elbow on either side of that cushion, rolled up towel, pillow, and slowly drape the body over it. So you're coming into this sort of lying position. You can have the hands up to support the head if you like. You're going to get a real opening through the side of that hip. Keep that back leg bent so it's straight out, and then the knee is bent so you get a bit of an opening into the quad, into the thigh as well. And from here, just let the body drape down over whatever support you've got there. And your option, if you want a little bit more, is to even reach around and grasp that back leg and get a bit of an opening like so, if that feels good. Otherwise, you can just rest and relax it on the floor like so, and just get a little bit of a passive opening. You're going to take about 12 breaths here, so making sure you're relatively comfortable. Option to have the head facing whichever direction works best for you. You can turn the head all the way around to deepen the twist into the thoracic spine as well and into the neck. Otherwise, keep the head facing the same direction as your body and hips for a more gentle option. Just honor where your body is tonight. If your body's not liking that full twist, come out of the pose slightly, come into a slightly gentler variation. Maybe take the option to vary the pose slightly. If you've got hold of that back foot, you may choose to release it now and come into a slightly less energetic variation, into something a bit gentler. Beautiful. Taking one or two more breaths here. And then slowly starting to release out of that twist, coming back up to center, pushing into the hands, slowly coming back up all the way to a seat, and maybe take that same counter pose, just maybe clasping around the shins, maybe rock the knees from side to side slightly if that feels good. Otherwise, just hold at center, coming into a little bit of a forward fold. Beautiful. One more breath in here. Coming back up to a seat. Maybe grabbing that bolster, bring it to the other side slightly if you like. Drop the knees over to the opposite side, whatever that means for you. Coming into that seat, and then we twist down and round towards the bolster. Adjust whatever angles you need, and we'll come into that same twist on the other side. Once again, option again to clasp that back leg if you want to deepen the stretch a little bit into a little bit of a back bend if that feels good. Beautiful. Option to stay here or option to release down. Beautiful. Really getting into that twist, getting a bit of a massage through the abdominals, through the digestive system. If you've still got hold of that back leg, maybe releasing it now. Maybe take the option just to deepen that twist slightly. Bring it into the thoracic and also maybe into the cervical, into the neck, if that feels comfortable. Not wanting to put any strain on the neck here. Stretch, yes. Strain, no. And then slowly start to release out, pushing into the hands, coming back up. And then stretch the legs out long in front of you. You're going to come into a forward fold here. So just stretch the legs out long, nothing terribly exotic here. And we're just going to come into a forward fold. So just folding the body forward, taking about 5 or 6 breaths here. If you want a little bit of support, option to use blocks and that kind of thing, or your bolster, cushions, etc., etc. Whatever props you have around the house, cushions can be handy, just something to give you a little bit of support. We'll let the spine round a little bit here, just to release through the back of the neck, the back of the shoulders. Taking about 14 or 15 more breaths here. Taking 1 or 2 more breaths here. And slowly start to lift the body back up. Moving most of your props out of the way. If you want, you can bring the bolster just underneath the knees if that feels comfortable for you. And coming to lie all the way down onto your back. Coming into your Shavasana or corpse pose. Letting the body lie back down on the floor. Releasing any tension that might be holding anywhere in the body. The backs of the hands come onto the floor. Toes fall out to the side. The shoulder tops, the tops of the shoulders draw down or drop down towards the mat. Hands might move away from the body slightly. Maybe give the hips a little bit of a wiggle here, make sure they're even. And just breathing. Big deep breaths all the way in down to the belly. Make sure the belly lifts as you breathe in and the belly falls as you breathe out. If that means a yawn or a sigh, do that. Continuing to breathe deeply here. Closing down through the eyes, staying here lying on your back. Taking a few more moments to rest here on your back. Taking a few more breaths in here. Letting the body settle. Maybe taking one more breath in, bringing a little bit of movement back into the fingers and toes. And rolling over to your preferred side. Taking 1 or 2 more breaths here on your side. And then slowly coming up to a comfortable seat. Once you arrive in your seat, maybe bring the hands to the heart center. My quote for you today is from Nikki Banas, who said, "You only need to focus on one little step forward. You don't need to conquer the entire mountain right now. You don't need to have everything figured out today. The only possible way to climb a mountain is by climbing it one step at a time. Don't think about the peak. Don't worry about what may come later. Instead, focus on the one little step in front of you. The rest will come when it's time. For now, it's just one little step." Bring the hands to the heart center if they're not already. And maybe bring the thumbs to the forehead, and to each other we say namaste. Thank you for joining me tonight, guys. Have a lovely evening, whatever you've got on. If you're spending it at home, enjoy. Otherwise, any comments or questions, I'm happy to stay on and answer them. Otherwise, have a lovely day.